All right, here we go. Set for tag team action. And, you know, I think we have this match and another match. I thought initially we had 6 matches slated, but this is going to be a tag team match right here with the Carolina Wrestling Alliance. And on one side, you got George South Sr. And Sr., I might add, his son is wrestling now, pretty active on different Carolina independent circuits. George South Jr. quite accomplished in the ring. We probably will be seeing him in the CWA because where one George usually goes, the other follows.
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen him.
And George South Sr. to team up with a man called Buzz. And on the opposing side, the Flaming Youth teaming up with the legendary Barbarian, still very active and still at it. I'll tell you what, South has already started this stuff with this coat, and well, thank goodness he's got it off. I hope he don't decide to put it back on.
Yeah.
Notorious, you just don't know what he's put me through with this situation and this stunts. Sometimes standing out here with the jacket and the coats and the headbands and all this and that and the other. I mean, sometimes I want to know whether he come to change clothes or he's come to wrestle a match.
I think that set a record right there of him getting his coat off. I've never seen him get it off that fast.
Me neither, to be quite honest with you. Well, I'll put it to you like this. He's had sometimes where he's had quicker nights than others. There was a night in Spartanburg I'd rather forget that he spent about 8 minutes with it on. And when he took it off, he finally got into his match and ended in about 2 minutes. So I don't know whether that sometimes pays off or not. All right, Buzz is in a little bit of trouble here. And I'll tell you what, Buzz is kind of new in wrestling. I saw him previously a time or two. Big, strong man. The Flaming Youth is a fellow that's been around a while.
He's kind of flirting with that name Youth, I believe, a little bit. I mean, you know.
Well, I'm not going to even comment on that one way or the other. Otherwise known as James Cluntz, the Flaming Youth. He's been around for a while.
Kind of like Johnny Weaver was. He was an outstanding young wrestler for 22 years.
Well, he probably was a young wrestler for a good long time, but I mean. All right, and Flaming Youth with a hip toss. All right, Buzz goes under that bottom rope. All right, Buzz going under that bottom rope to try to get away. All right, the Flaming Youth and Buzz ready to go at it right here.
Buzz complaining about the tights a little bit, so this Flaming Youth pulled his tights.
Flaming Youth stomping that mat, and he's ready to go.
I don't believe he's wanting to hold back. I think he's wanting to get a little piece of Buzz there, I believe.
You know, I want to say this about the Flaming Youth that a lot of people may not realize. It's difficult to perfect the hold that he has used a lot. It's the super kick, and you know, Chris Adams first brought that in the United States, and the Barbarian, he likes that big kick straight to the mush, kind of like Andre the Giant used to use. And so these guys, what they got to look out for is getting their block knocked off by a big boot tonight in one shape or form.
You put a boot in the face and it's going to kind of put you down a little bit. That's especially a guy the size of the Barbarian.
Both of them are different moves, but they have the same type of effect, and that's to knock you out.
No doubt.
All right, the Flaming Youth with a lariat. Buzz working Flaming Youth over. All right, he's tagging South. South in trouble here. South in the ring. Flaming Youth taking the arm wringer.
George is an old veteran. He can get you quite a few different ways. He don't just have one move. He has quite a few.
He's very knowledgeable. You got to watch out for South because the referee ain't looking. He'll take a bite out of that hand.
He's well known for his shortcuts, no doubt about that.
By the way, there wasn't even a tag here, and it looks like Buz has a hammerlock clamped on. All right.
At this point in time, I believe that Buz kind of has the best of the Flaming Youth, but we just have to wait and see. That don't usually last.
Well, there wasn't a tag. That's one thing that we need to reiterate. The referee, he can only see so much, and referee in the ring tonight is Todd Blackwell. Temporarily have focus going out on us just for a moment there. Apologize on that as we regain a little bit of our focus. So we got plenty of good lights out here tonight. I had a little questionable at times, but I mean, everybody can see the action. We can see the action. What's going on? Yeah, you know, I mean, I was at a card a while back. It's been a few years ago where it was not quite lit well. I tried to tape that, and it was just unwatchable. But I'll tell you what, Raymond, my point to the story is when you do these outdoor cards and they're not as lit as well as they should be at times, you got to realize these guys can get hurt out there, and because they can't see as well as they can.
Well, as you mentioned a while ago, this is March. I mean, it's kind of unseasonably warm for this time of year, and you really don't have the bug problem you'd have like you would if you was later on in the summer on an outside match.
That's right, and like I say, it's picking up a good breeze, and that breeze is still blowing. It might be the Flaming Youth hasn't taken his shirt off. Oh, the Barbarian's in there, and he wants a piece of George South. Big chop. And down goes George South. South from a lick is going down. All right.
Pretty good lick on George South to make him go down. He's, like I say, he's an old veteran. He's took a lot of punishment over the years.
All right, back to that arm wringer, and South is down on the canvas. And Buz is watching on. No, that's all right. All right, South caught in the arm wringer. Still having his problems as the Flaming Youth tags in. All right, South being caught in that arm wringer is having his problems here.
I don't know much about this manager. His name's Brett Wolverton. He's kind of new to the area, so we have to kind of watch him. He's managing the George South and them.
Yeah, I honestly don't have a clue who the young man is outside. All we know is that he definitely got the Flaming Youth and tripped him up.
He kind of got into that one a little bit, no doubt.
Yeah, don't know what happened there other than the fact that he just interfered and got things kind of thrown for a loop right there. You know, it's bad enough you got to deal with South and Buz, but then you got this other guy on the outside and just more trouble, more problems.
A lot of times that's a definite advantage is having a manager. He's always there to kind of help you out in situations sometimes.
Well, you know, at points in times you got this guy where he may take a shot just like he's doing now, choking his man, and it just inclines you to want to knock his block off if you're given the opportunity.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I say, it's bad enough having to wrestle two people, but wrestling three, that makes it a little tougher.
Well, you're dealing with a guy who will take any and all opportunities to make sure shortcuts are not, that his team will get the win, and evidently that is the case with Brett Wolverton on the outside. All right, the Flaming Youth sent for the Irish whip, and the elbow smash connects. And the youth goes down. Barbarian definitely wants a tag. South, I don't know what he's got. I think he's got like a nerve hold on him. No, he's choking him with that tape off of his wrist.
That was a good old-fashioned hold like Rip Hawk used to say. So he was famous for his eye gouge and his chokehold. So that was one of the Rip Hawk moves. That was a definite chokehold.
Well, I'll tell you what, shortcuts indeed. Not exactly what you want to do to try to win your matches that way, but I guess I've talked to a lot of the guys in the back who like to use that type of stuff, and they say it ain't cheating unless you don't get caught.
Well, that's true. And as I say, if the ref don't see it, it's legal.
Well, technically so, but illegal, immoral, whatever you want to call it.
I call it a shortcut, but you know how it goes.
Well, you get my idea altogether. All right, as Flaming Youth is feeling it, and the effects of the chokes are really having him in problems here. All right, South continues to choke him as he has him grounded on that mat. All right, Buzz trying to add his 2 cents.
I saw that he had his headbands what he was choking him with. I didn't notice that to start with.
I thought it was actually the wrist off of his tape, but I'm not sure.
He put it in his tights, whatever it was. I don't know what it was.
I think it was the wrist off his tape. We got a sunset flip, and he's pinning him 1, 2, 3, 4. He had him pinned. The referee was.
The ref not doing the job there.
Referee was sleeping on the job, indeed. Shot to the throat.
Stomped his foot a little bit on that one, didn't he?
Might figure if he can take that leg away from the Flaming Youth, he can avoid that super kick.
Pretty good strategy if you think about it.
Brett Wolverton interfering. Todd Blackwell is tied up with the Barbarian, and Buzz comes in. And I'm not certain that there was a tag between Buzz and South.
It's hard to tell. No doubt about it, though. Wolverton's making his presence known here tonight a little bit.
All right, the Flaming Youth in trouble here. Pulled right out of that corner. Kicks him right into small of the back. Flaming Youth having some problems here.
Definitely needs a tag, no doubt about that.
That's right. You know, if the tag is not made, the rate it's going, got a chain coming into effect here. If he doesn't make the tag, it's probably going to go into the favor of.
My goodness, look at Wolverton now. He's helping him a little bit with that chain.
This young man has done nothing but interfere throughout the evening here in this matchup. Snapmare.
He may be new, but he's got some veteran moves as far as our manager goes, doesn't he?
Well, like I say, I think he's trying to make an impression here in the Carolinas, and remains to be seen. Flaming Youth tries to fire back, attempted a body slam.
I think he's hurt himself a little bit. Couldn't pick him up.
Yeah, it's like he attempted to slam, but he could not get him up to take him down. All right, Buzz now choking away. Buzz and
He across his throat there and got the referee's attention.
having words right there.
Again, no tag.
All right, South is walking around having words. Flaming Youth in the worst kind of way. I'd say if Flaming Youth does not get a tag, then his team will definitely lose. But if the Barbarian comes in, then they still have a chance.
A real Donnybrook if he comes in, no doubt about it.
Barbarian yelling for him to try to get a tag.
Missed that one.
South. Yeah, that shoulder did not hit its mark.
No, it didn't. Oh, there's the tag, but the ref's not looking. I don't believe the ref saw it.
He's not going to be allowed in. They're not going to let that tag go.
Again, Wolverton doing his job over there. He distracted the referee.
All right, Flaming Youth having his problems here.
Tough break. Tough break. He had the tag, but the ref didn't see it.
Well, I'll tell you what, at the rated scoring, this young man, if he cannot get that tag, then it's over, because the Flaming Youth is in a world of trouble at this point.
He kicked out on that one. That was just barely did, though. You can tell he's losing a lot of strength here.
All right, the Flaming Youth needs the tag in the worst kind of way. Buzz working his man over with shots to the head. Tries for a lariat. There's a super kick.
There's a super kick. Yes, it is. Don't have the strength to get up, though. He's trying.
That's the move he's noted for, but he's not trying to.
There it is again. The tag was made, but the ref did not see it.
He didn't try for the pinfall. That's what I was going to say. He didn't attempt. It's the second time as the Barbarian is enraged, and he points out that the Flaming Youth has made the tag twice.
Twice, yes he has. He sure did. Headbutt. He's right there to make a tag. All he's got to do is get his hand up there.
Tell you what, Raymond, we're at the 15-minute mark, and the rated's going. I question whether or not that how much longer the Flaming Youth can last.
Not much. He's going to have to make that tag somehow or another. Like I say, he's made it twice, but he's going to have to do it where the referee can see it.
I think his fire's been put out.
I believe so. He's just youth right now. I think the flame's gone.
All right, Buzz choking him on that middle rope on the opposite side. Has him in trouble. Just trying to choke him out. All right, Buzz has the Flaming Youth in trouble. Both men down on the mat. Both men need a tag, but the Flaming Youth needs the tag in the worst way, worse than Buzz. Buzz tags George South. Flaming Youth tags the Barbarian, and the Barbarian is tagged in. And this time the tag is allowed. Barbarian with chops.
Bad news for Buzz and George South. The tag was allowed this time. Barbarian taking control now.
Headbutt.
Oh, that stunned him a little. Oh, right to the eyes. Buzz went to the eyes.
All right, Buzz has got Barbarian, and South is getting ready. Wait a minute, what's he going to do? I think he's got an object in that black glove.
He does. Uh-oh. George missed. He hit his partner.
He hit his partner.
It's over.
The winners of the match, the Barbarian and Flaming Youth.
Well, the Barbarian wasn't in there too long, but what he did, it paid off, didn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what, it seems like that backfired. Certainly did. All right, well, the Barbarian and Flaming Youth get the win. There you go, fans. All right.
They're too happy with their manager right now, does it?
Well, it looks like South and Buzz and Brett Wolverton are kind of wondering what went wrong, but things did go wrong.